with the announcement over the weekend, are you in a better spot you feel than you've ever been to kind of balance the personal and professional life? I mean, you gave so much, devoted so much time to this, just kind of finding that balance. Is this something you can do now that would have been harder for you earlier, I guess?
Yeah, definitely can say it would have been harder earlier in my career. But it just comes with growth, comes with growing up, it comes with life. Something I'm super excited about, super blessed. And yeah, I mean, I can't imagine, honestly, being in this position, being blessed like this earlier in my career. God's timing is everything. But also, I credit Sarah Jane and just the sense of allowing me to focus on what I want to, especially knowing what this means to me. And yeah, that's who deserves a lot of credit for allowing me to be able to balance this.
Girl dad, how exciting is that for you?
Yeah, super exciting. Really is. I actually wanted a girl. Part of it, I think, was just not to get excited for a boy, But no, I did wanted a girl. Blessed, thankful. Yeah, I mean, obviously everyone knows what my mom means to me, you know what I mean? So just being able to, be able to raise a little girl, I'm excited about, excited for all the challenges. I know it's not going to be easy, especially being my daughter or being a Prescott, but looking forward to it for every bit of it.
Is that part of why you waited until now to make the announcement? You wanted to find out what it was you were going to be having?
No, we've known for a long time what we're going to be having. Just to be honest and candid, I mean, I wasn't waiting any particular time or, you know what I mean. I think people that know me, I think there's people that have known that known people around me. I would say it hadn't been necessarily a secret, but more than probably anything, for me, it's about protecting her and just understanding fans can be fans. People, no reason for them to, you know what I mean, be bothering her. Anybody get the nasty messages that people want to send me and that I deserve and nobody else does. I think it's part of it. And then I think ultimately the main reason was, she was tired of hiding it in pictures, I guess. And now it's getting a little bit too, the bumps is a little bit too big and hard to hide. So, yeah, happy. Early March. So.
What name you got picked up?
Great name. Don't care to, you know what I mean, release that. Yeah, great name though. Great name. Yeah. I was pumped. Honestly, I was. I mean, as I just alluded to, God's timing. Blessed. We're super blessed to have that responsibility, but at the same time have the opportunity to start a family and to bring a child into this world. Yeah, I know what my mom means to me, and to be able to, in a sense, have that feeling in a different role is something that I'm looking forward to, my family's looking forward to, and we're just blessed.
Do you feel like you're playing as well on the field as you ever have? And what's the challenge the next 5 weeks against better competition?
It's the dad strength is why I'm playing that way. Yeah, sure. It goes credit to everything's around me, this team, the organization, the coaches, people just handling their business, being prepared. Our process has been amazing throughout this season, just of when the game plan comes in, how early it gets in, then the process we go through after that to be ready to call a game. And the play caller's purpose is clear and concise on everything. And just really the challenge is just staying true to that process, not getting ahead, not getting overwhelmed, understanding that what I say to myself is I haven't done. You know what I mean? It's regular season, numbers are great, we're getting wins, that's what's most important, but at the end of the day we're trying to stack and keep growing this team to make sure that we're getting better each and every week.
I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of people say y'all haven't done y'all beating bad teams, and now you got this run of teams with winning records. So y'all look at that and say we need to prove something to ourselves and everybody else that we can't just beat up on the bad teams. We can do it against these good teams that's coming up.
Yeah, I mean, the NFL is tough in general. I've said it over and over, get obsessed with records or say this team is good or bad based on this record. I mean, injuries, a lot of things play into records a lot of times. But understanding, that the teams we've played records haven't been great. But I can promise you, everybody that comes in and everybody that we play, we do get their best shot. And not to say I don't think everybody else does that, but when you play the Dallas Cowboys, I can promise you, the other teams, it is a little bit bigger than some of the games that they play, and that comes from people around the league. They always talk about it. Players that come in, free agents that come in, they mention it. So we're getting people's best shots. And then now as we move forward and teams with better records, we're still going to get their best shot. And so it's important for us, as I said, to continue to grow and build on what we've done and understand that, yeah, we've won some games. We've won some games in a tough league, but at the end of the day, it's about the next game. And right now we've got a good Seattle teams coming in. I understand they've dropped a couple here recently, but this is a good team, and they probably need this win more than a lot of teams in the league right now, just with the way the playoffs and everything's starting to set up as you get football going after Thanksgiving. So not taking anybody lightly, and just understand this is about us and our growth.
What's it like facing their corners, Tariq Woolen 6'4", Devin Witherspoon's over 6 feet, and the challenge of facing corners with the length that they have?
Yeah, understanding just their size and their ability to cover ground and cover up receivers a lot of times with that size. And so for us, it's about being physical on the outside, allowing them, very handsy team, not allowing them to get their hands on us, and just being physical. And we got a confident group. I mean, I don't know what CD just alluded to when he spoke on that question. I'm sure you asked him, but our guys are confident as hell about the way that they're playing this matchup, and we'll be fine.
You talked about getting open earlier, maybe in the routes, getting off the line faster against this guy.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to do that in the sense of when you're playing a bigger corner. I mean, that's kind of his film study. What he realizes he needs to win on is big guys like that want to get their hands on you early and then hang with you. So if he can win early in the route, it's only going to allow more separation at the back end.
Dak, your name's in the MVP conversation. Does that mean anything to you at this point?
No, I mean, it means I'm playing well. Simple as that. Not really. I'm about one goal, and it's a big team goal. And I know if my name's in there, that means we're playing well. So that's great. But at the end of the day, we're just trying to build. I mean, being 8 years into this thing, it's about building and making sure we're getting better and better each and every week and getting hot right when we need to be.
Do you feel
After Thanksgiving, how intense does it get after Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I mean, just said it a second ago, the playoff picture starts to form, and teams start getting eliminated from that, and chances go up. Teams take themselves out of it, or they make a run and put themselves in position. So you got to understand it's desperation for a lot of teams. So once again, we know we're going to get people's best shot, but not only that, they're playing for a lot more in this latter part of the season. So are we. I mean, everything that we want is still in front of us as long as we control what we have in front of what's on our hands and on our plate. So that's our focus and our goal, and that's what we're going to do.
the way Tony and Rico have produced over the last 2 or 3 games? Do you feel like you're achieving more of that balance that you guys always look for?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, it starts with the offensive line. Those guys are doing a hell of a job. I mean, for me to be able to pass like I'm doing, those guys be able to run, be a great tandem in that sense. Us to get the ball on the perimeter, go through the middle, quick game. Just being able to change it up and be balanced, as you said, it starts with those guys up front. So, I mean, that's credit to them. That's credit to how well they're playing and allowing everything, allowing us playmakers around them to do what we do best because they're getting it going and heart of this team.
Does Tony look like himself again the last couple of weeks? I mean, I know he's been
He's
healthy
always
from the
looked that way to
beginning,
me.
but, okay. He doesn't look like he's just more confident, run stronger, a little more juice the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely got a little bit more, I'd say, finish to him, but I think that also comes from, I told him, if you don't go score it, I'm going to throw it in. So go look at that Carolina run, and I think he understood that, one of these RPOs, I'm going to pull it if you don't get it in. So, which has made him hungry at hell. So, but no, he's playing really well. Rico as well. Once again, it goes, and I think I've said before, when you've got as many playmakers as we have, these guys are trying to make the most of it with each opportunity they get.
Is that a real story or tongue-in-cheek?
What's that?
A story about telling Tony if he doesn't get it.
Oh, yeah. Go ask him. Yeah, I'll tell him.
When all these,
CD will be open on a fade.
when all these changes were made, you lost Kellen Moore and you lost Zeke. Did you ever imagine getting to the point you're at now where you feel like you're having the most fun you've ever had playing quarterback and doing it as well as you ever have?
Yeah, I mean, you're talking to one of the most optimistic people you'll meet. Faith is what I'm driven by in every sense of the word. So, yeah, 1,000% feels good to be here, but it doesn't mean we're going to stay, you know what I mean? That doesn't mean this lasts forever, and so going to enjoy it day by day and continue to build and try to make it better. So.
last week you talked about being able to play more free because less was off your plate. What are some specific things on the field that you don't have to handle this year because other guys have it covered that allows you to focus maybe better this year?
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to hit the rewind button and go back to the last year. You know what I mean? So for me, it's just more of guys are prepared. Guys are prepared. They're doing the process throughout the week that I won't say necessarily it's just on game day. I mean, you go out there and the game's fun. We always say the game's a celebration of the work that we've put in throughout the week. So it goes back into the focus that these guys have had, the clear communication on what the play call is trying to accomplish, what each guy's job, responsibility, and role is within that play that allows when the game comes, everybody's dialed to that. That it's not necessarily getting this guy to understand this or getting this guy on this page or lining up here or there. Guys are just really dialed in and taking full responsibility of their jobs.
You joked earlier about dad strength. Does that mean you're going to report to camp with a dad bod next year?
Wow.
Take it one day at a time.
That's
Take care.